Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. I'm Father Steve Sellers, and this is Dot. And thank you so much for tuning in today for this brief daily message of hope. You know, I was just thinking this morning as a song was going through my mind about how, Dot, I don't know what her first 2 months of life were like. She was an abandoned puppy. She has some real peculiar fears. She's absolutely terrified of water, and she's absolutely terrified of plates and bowls. So we're not sure what happened to her during her first 2 months in life before we got her when she was a little over 2 months old. She's 5 months old now. Come here, little girl. And as most abandoned puppies are, she's got some baggage that she carries around with her, like we do in our lives. And so all I know is when I walk out the door, she stays by the door and whimpers. And she eventually stops whimpering, and she trusts that I'm going to come back in and be with her. And so she has separation anxiety. And so she makes the most of the time she has. And we do the same thing. I was thinking of a song this morning that Judy Collins wrote and sang in 1967 called Both Sides Now. It's a beautiful song. It goes like this. It's a beautiful song, but it's got haunting words to it about how she's looked at, first of all, she's looked at clouds from both sides now and realizes she really doesn't know clouds at all. She only knows the illusion of clouds. She's looked at love in the song from both sides now, she says, and she realizes she doesn't know love at all, only the illusion of love. And the same for life. She's looked at life from both sides now, and she realizes she doesn't understand life at all anyway. It's sort of a downer message, as though there were only two ways to look at clouds, up and down, only two ways to look at love, win or lose, only two ways to look at life, give or take. It's such a limited way of looking at things. Those of us who have faith in the Lord know that there is a different perspective. We can look at the news right now. Dot doesn't understand what's going on in Central Asia. She doesn't know. All she knows is that she's going to trust that I'm going to come back in the door when I walk out, and that I'm going to be able to give her food and affection and love. And even though she doesn't understand, her big perspective is on what I'm doing with her. And of course, my perspective on life, I don't understand Central Asia either, but I know the Lord. And I know God has a perspective on that and on my life and on your life, much bigger than we can even imagine. In a way we can't even understand or dream. We have a place in His creation, an important place, an important role as stewards of His creation and all life. And in the final analysis, there are not just two ways to look at clouds, from up or down. You can look at them through the eyes of a child, the eyes of a dog, a cat, the eyes of a grown person, a person who's about to die. There's more than two ways to look at love. It's not win or lose. There's a broader, beautiful way to look at love as a gift from God to us. And indeed, life is the same way. There are not two ways to look at life, give or take. And I love Judy Collins, but and I love the song. But God has a perspective on you that is the truth. And the truth is that He loves you with His whole heart, and that He is with you at all moments, at all times, and He cares deeply for you every minute of every day. You are important to Him, and His love doesn't amount to give or take. It's giving of himself to us. And when we give ourselves to him, as we give ourselves to others when we love them, it's all about giving. It's not about taking it all. It's giving and receiving. Give and take are not polar opposites. Giving and receiving are. And when we give and receive the love the Lord has for us, just like Dot, I give and receive the love that I give love to her. She receives it, and then she loves me in return. Come here, little girl. And she's hyper, she's funny, she's loving, she's a comedian. She's having horrible teething bouts right now as a little teenager dog. But they're not just two ways of looking at things. And remember that God's view of you is the truth, and he loves you with his whole heart, and he's there with you. I hope you have a blessed day today, and God willing, I will see you, and Dot will too, here again tomorrow.